it's actually afternoon. It's Wednesday, October 8th, but I'm not going to release this until Thursday, October 9th in the morning. The reason I'm interviewing Steve Kress, but I wanted to go over some things before so that you guys have a podcast and you know exactly what I'm thinking. So I'm going to take you through my nightly routine. We're going to talk about the market because on the 8th day, you know, that 8-day kind of Christmas thing, on the 8th day of the government shutdown, what did we get? New record highs. New record highs. Something I do every day in Finviz. Yes, I still use Finviz as a free site, and you should be doing this too. I think it helps me. It helps me find winners. It helps me find losers. Again, where's the stocks that I actually own? How to answer any question that you have on this podcast. If I get a question today from what's the 4-hour hour? I'm going to show you how to answer shit like that. I mean, honest to God, it's knowing the tools that you have, and you have these tools in front of you. Alpha Picks continues to outperform. I'm going to show you some of the gains in my own stock portfolio that I have. I'm going to give you 5 stocks that I wish I bought more of, or that I even own. I don't own a couple of them. NVDA regrets not putting more money in, and we will talk about the next government pick because you've seen MP Materials and all of those material stuff pop 50%. What's the next one? I have a guess, and it's not at a 52-week high. So we'll go over all of that. But the market was up again. If you go and you look at Seeking Alpha, I'm just going to pull up Seeking Alpha because the market data, you're going to see today, S&P up 0.6, Dow Jones up 0.02, the Nasdaq was up 1.5. It's an AI market. Small caps, IWM, the whole thing. What was leading the charge? Well, it was technology up 1.75. So if I have XLK, you actually beat the Nasdaq 100. So again, what was lagging? It was energy. You want to buy these things on down days. So if you're looking at energy and you're saying, oh my God, it's down, is it just going to crash? You want to buy the dip. That's the key, is buying the dip, because the Nasdaq and the S&P notched record highs while gold topped 4,000. And Goldman Sachs is literally telling you, it's the 8th day of a government shutdown. I need to say that again. The government is completely, your TSA agents, your air traffic controllers, they're not getting paid for 8 days. They are going to miss their first weekly paycheck. And that's not good for the economy. Yet we're setting all-time highs in many stocks as well. And Goldman Sachs is saying, hey, it's not an AI bubble. Unlike previous bubble fueled primarily by speculative frenzy, the technology sector's recent gains appear underpinned by tangible growth and robust fundamentals. Again, fundamentals. Leading companies benefiting most from AI adoption also maintain exceptionally strong balance sheets, providing a buffer against volatility. That's why you're seeing buy the dip. Okay, for me, what takes this market down? It's going to be a Mag 7 earnings miss, maybe a loss. I can't imagine a Mag 7 actually losing money, but it could happen. I don't expect it. But if any of them say they are cutting capital spending, that could be a downward catalyst as well. Maybe one of the AI stocks that's up over 50% year to date misses and guides lighter than expected. I do think that the only thing that will take this market down is earnings. That's it. It's an earnings event. But right now you're seeing hyperscalers, they have plenty of earnings to support the spending. And FYI, if you think the government's cutting spending, I have news for you. They're at record spending too. That's why gold is at 4,000. And I want to show you something that I do every day. Okay, I go to Finviz. This is just a habit that I have done for years. And at the end of the day, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, I don't care because this doesn't do after hours unless I pay for the expense, and I don't pay for Finviz. It's completely free. This is free to you. Use the screener. Understand what stocks you're looking for. All I do, I look for the S&P and I sort it by price change right there. Not the actual price, the percentage change, so that I can see the top and the bottom. You can switch it back and forth and you can see the bottom performers and the top performers. You don't need to know these stocks. But again, when I look at this, AMD I own. Dell, I've been interested in. That was up another 9% today. Why? Because they guided higher with earnings. Arista Networks, again, an AI equipment stock, up 8%. SMCI, Dell's up. SMCI's got to be going as well. Micron earnings, I brought up quite a bit. We will talk about Freeport McMoran. We will talk about this one a little bit later. It was up 5% today. CrowdStrike, did you buy this one under 500? Because FYI, I don't need to look at a chart. It's over $500. It's at 509. I know you had the opportunity to buy that on the dip last time. And then you look, and Robinhood's in here. Interactive Brokers is in here. And down at the bottom, Constellation Energy. Okay? These are the tools that you have. The tools that you have in your toolkit, you don't need to pay for these tools. They're free. In fact, I got a question from a new listener. They said, hey, I'm a new listener. Can you tell me about this 4-hour algorithm? So I typed out a response in Spotify for them. But you know what? That tells me this person isn't using AI. They're not using a free tool that's in front of them. I literally went to Perplexity and I said, I'm a listener of the podcast Daily Stock Picks. Can you tell me what the 4-hour algorithm the host talks about is? And it gave me the exact answer. The 4-hour algorithm that the Daily Stock Pick podcast host talks about is a trading strategy built using TrendSpider, a charting and stock analysis program. The host uses this algorithm to scan for bullish stocks on a 4-hour chart time frame. The algorithm aims to identify good entry points for trades based on technical signals and has shown historically strong performance on certain stocks over multiple months to years. For example, it has made gains of over 378% on Tesla with 21 trades over about 2 years, and generally tries to protect against the downside while capturing upside moves. If you didn't know, the 4-hour algorithm was built in TrendSpider. You see the chart right here. See those white things? Those are entries. See the red things? Those are losses. See the green ones, the 22%? Those are gains. The 4-hour algorithm is a technical trading strategy. I developed this in 2020 to protect me against the downside, things like COVID. And so AI knows this. The algorithm is part of the host's daily stock picking process, combined with fundamental analysis and other tools like Seeking Alpha for detailed research. AI is your guide, and it knows about the 4-hour algorithm. You can even probably ask it, what is the 4-hour algorithm? It might even tell you the formula for the 4-hour algorithm. It might know it. I don't know. I don't care. You want to know why? Because I have TrendSpider, and you can get the 4-hour algorithm as well. You can look at it. Tesla, the performance down here, 100% versus 74% if you buy and hold. It wins only 37% of the time, so you got to make sure you know that you're getting in at a good price. That's why I have support and resistance lines up there that I built myself and I put in there. But look, it's trading at $438. The MACD, it's super low comparatively to the last few times. The RSI in no man's land at 51. You should know stuff like this. You should absolutely understand technical. And if you need TrendSpider, if you want the best technical trading platform out there and you want the 4-hour algorithm, right here on Linktree, go to the top link. It takes you to TrendSpider. Get the annual program. If you don't think that you can make $52 a month using a technical strategy, don't get this. Go and get Fidelity Active Trader Pro. Go and get Thinkorswim from Morgan Stanley. Go and get a free tool. Even Webull. You can literally go down here. You can get Robinhood Gold and get their desktop platform. You can get Webull. They have a great desktop platform. It's charting. And that's what you want. You want to chart. I do it because I don't want to sit here and look at charts all day. I want alerts. So I set up alerts for when I get an entry in stocks that I'm looking at. I will give you right now, every morning, I get an email from TrendSpider telling me, based on all these watch lists, I have a ton of watch lists built in TrendSpider, and I share them with you. But I have all these watch lists built. I have the 4-hour algorithm scan every night, and it sends me an email every morning. So I don't have to sit there and do any work. Work smarter, not harder. That's a theme. So let me give you a few stocks that have an entry in the 4-hour algorithm. And we can see if it works. Well, Meta, 717. You've pulled all the way back from about $800 to $717. Is this a stock that you want? Because look at this is a weekly chart. Look at this. I would say under that 549, you definitely want to buy. Over this 549, have we seen some type of support? Well, look at the previous all-time high. Okay, around 740. Where are you trading right now? 717. That previous all-time high where you pulled back there into April and I bought here at $500. I said, you know what? The fundamentals of Meta are secure enough for me to put 6 figures into Meta. Yes, I bought 6 figures of Meta back there. You want another one? Walmart. Walmart has an entry at 103. Would I buy this at 103? No. Hell no, I ain't buying this at 103. Even though the 4-hour algorithm makes you 60% over the last 24 months, buying and holding makes you 92%. I want this one under $100. Why? Because it looks like it's trading sideways. And Walmart's again, go over to Seeking Alpha. Let's go to Seeking Alpha right here. And we'll just look up Walmart. I'm going to put this over here and we'll look up Walmart. Let's look at the fundamentals of Walmart. Do I want Walmart? Wall Street says it's a strong buy. They think it's $112. That's a 9% upside. But meanwhile, it hasn't reached $112. It's only reached $106. Do I trust the monkeys on Wall Street? No. I trust the quant that tells me hold it. Why do they say hold? Well, the valuation right now, you're paying 39 times forward earnings. And in the consumer staples realm, the sector is trading at about 15. The PEG ratio, which factors in growth, is at a 5. Okay, because their growth, it's 4%. It's not great. I think there's better stuff out in the market. And again, if you want better, maybe Dollar Tree is your thing. But none of these consumer staples merchandise retailers are doing well. So I don't want Walmart. Now let's talk about one of the stocks that's actually a top 2025 stock from Seeking Alpha, LRN. This one's not doing so great. It's had a pullback. But look at that stock chart. Your 50 days still moving positive. Your 200 days moving positive. I put in that previous all-time high at 162. You're trading at 144. Let's look at the 4-hour algorithm. Well, it makes you 126%. I'm okay with that. It wins 52% of the time. So I have a coin flip whether I'm going to win or not. The average win, 11%. And it got you in here at 144 under the 200-day. Am I looking at this one as scary? Yeah. That 50-day is turning down on the 200-day. That's what's called a death cross. This is an alpha pick way back here in June. Do I want this one? Not really, because many of the alpha picks, which we will go over next, are outperforming. Another one that I just brought up today on the podcast, Cameco Corporation. Now, you don't see a white line here. Want to know why? Because this is telling you that this entry, we haven't got out of this entry yet at $74 and it's 86. But because the MACD reset, because the RSI is down at 58 in no man's land, it's telling you, maybe this could go for another run. Your average win is 18% on this one. You beat buy and hold. You see that 132% down there? This is back testing the strategy. Okay? TLN, another energy stock. Talent, same thing. Got you in here at 377. You're at 446 right now. You have all wins on this one all the way since April when it was trading at 196. It's trading at 446. So if you want to protect yourself from the downside, this gives you both the entry and the exit. Again, I use this like one of the analysts that tells me, hey, you may want to think about getting out of this one. You may want to think about getting into this one. That's the way I use it. And in the newsletter, I will post today the rest of the stocks. I got like 4 or 5 of them up here, and the newsletter is free. So if you're interested, again, sign up for the newsletter. Everything is on Linktree. Now, I want to talk about Alpha Picks because I've been posting some things on Alpha Picks today because I want people to know my Alpha Picks portfolio, which I have separated and I look at in Fidelity right at the end of the day. I just looked at it. It was up 2.67% today. And if we go back and we look at the market data, was there anything that was up 2.67% today in a sector or in a one of these the indices? No, it outperformed. That's outpacing the S&P, the Nasdaq, and the Russell 1000. It's outpacing it all. So I took this and I posted this in Substack. These are the picks since May. And I'll post this again in the newsletter. So if you want to sign up for the newsletter, sign up for the newsletter. You'll get this photo. Okay, May 1st. The actual pick, it's only up 5%. The S&P's up 20%. So you're underperforming by 14%. I'm okay with that. Didn't add to it. Kind of kept it at its at its 1% allocation. The 15th, May 15th, it's up 41%. That's beating the S&P by 26. There are literally only 4 that are underpacing, that are trading below what the S&P during that time traded. This is a great portfolio. In fact, I will highlight the one on 616. Okay, that is just 3 months. You're up 82%. You've nearly doubled. The one on 8-1 is up 40%. And that doesn't include today. This doesn't include today's thing because it updates at midnight. Okay, the one just on September 1st, it was the 2nd. This one, by the way, is up 25% because it was up 11% today. If you remember, I was live on Substack and I put a very large buy on this stock. I have paid 5 times over for the monthly subscription of Alpha Picks. I've been very clear with listeners. The recent buys I have made have been over the weighting for certain reasons. Okay? That's how these most recent picks are doing. And if you want to know how the portfolio is doing over time, it's outpacing the S&P. So again, you're saving $50 off your subscription by using my link. But if the subscription price scares the hell out of you, then don't get it. Don't get it. I would suggest you get Seeking Alpha Premium because then you can sign up for the the 2025 top stocks and the 2025 second half top stocks, which continue to outperform. They continue to outperform. So I will go over a lot of these stocks. This is the look at my Fidelity account today. Okay. The top Alpha Pick stock up 11%, second place, 7%, 6%. This is just today's. This is today's gain and loss. So take a look at that picture in the newsletter. Now I want to go over a couple of stocks and I'll show these on the chart here. A couple of stocks that I wish I bought more of. Because CRDO, which is the number one Seeking Alpha, when they announced it in January, okay? They announced in January, this is probably going to be the best stock out of the 10. They ranked it number 1, okay? And it was January 15th. So we can look at the price January 15th. It was right here, $77. You've doubled your money. You're at 148. It is a stock that I wish I bought more of. It was up 8% today, 8%. And if you look at CRDO and you go over here to Seeking Alpha Premium and you say, well, what's the quant have it at? It has it as a hold. Why? We can look at that. Has anything changed? Well, the valuation went from an F to a D. It's up 8% again today. What does Wall Street think that it's worth? They think it's worth $159. That's 7% upside from where it's trading today. Has it gotten to 154? Well, the 52-week high is 176. So yes, it has it in it. You want to know more about CRDO? Go and read the Analyze with AI. It gives you everything from the description of the quant rating to the positives by Seeking Alpha analysts, the negatives, all of the concerns. It gives you their competitors, everything. That's an AI agent that is your assistant. It is unbelievable. Another stock I wish I bought more of. I took half of my Palo Alto and I put it into this stock. This is AMD. This was up 11% today. 11% today. Yes, I wish I bought more AMD. You want to know why? Because it was a strong buy in the quant right back here at 166. Where is it today? 235. Now, what's changed in the quant? It's the valuation. But FYI, the amount of money that OpenAI is spending on AMD chips, it's minuscule. Again, if they get those buys, it's minuscule. Because the actual valuation of this, it looks expensive. But when you look at the growth, it's 1.68. That's very cheap, according to Peter Lynch. Another stock I wish I had bought more of, because I was pounding the table and I finally took the dive on this one. But I wish I had more, is Hood, up 4% today. Okay. I was screaming. I needed to buy this under 100. I missed it under 100 a couple of times. The day it went into the S&P, I got lucky. I bought it under 100. Boom. It's at 150 now. That is a 50% gain. I wish I had bought more of. Another one I wish I had bought more of, and listened to myself, CrowdStrike. I was telling everybody down here at this buy, I said the 400 support level, you have a buy on the 4-hour algorithm that beats buy and hold and wins 57% of the time. This is an A+ technical setup. I wish I had bought more, because that was not just 9 days ago. We're going to move this over because it's been trading sideways, but it does seem to be getting to that 517. That is a resistance level. You can see back here on September 19th, it got to 507. Where's it trading right now? 509. If you want to take your 20% profit and take some profit off the table, it might be a good idea. But if you didn't buy this under 500, don't go screaming in and saying, well, I should buy this at 509. Know what you're buying. Know where you're buying it. Know where the opportunities are. And that's why the 4-hour algorithm is so great. It's literally, you can look at this and say, well, if I had bought this the 21 times over the last 24 months, I win 57% of the time. The average win is 15%. You're up above that right now where it's 20%. You have to wait for it either to set a new support level, or you have to wait for it to actually pull back a little and then buy it. That would be my guide. But this one might be at 550 before you know it. Another one I wish I had bought more of, which, by the way, was in the stock screener. I said we'd talk about it down here. Constellation Energy. It was up 3.5%. And yes, the 4-hour algorithm, it actually makes you almost as much as buy and hold. It wins 52% of the time. And it's just a guide. But had I bought it down here, and I don't own this one, I'd be up over 27 days, 18%. And FYI, even NVIDIA regrets not putting more money into AI. Even NVIDIA. So if you're sitting there going, why didn't I put more money into this stuff? Even NVIDIA, Jensen Huang said, why didn't I put more money in here? Now, I'm going to bring you up just a kind of, let's take a look at this opportunity, because I think this might be an opportunity, but it's free for Mac Moran. Now, I am by no means, I know nothing about this space. This is the material space. I know nothing about this. But it was upgraded from Citi. Again, they've been having mining problems. There's some mine that crashed or something and they can't reopen it, blah, blah, blah. Their main product is copper. And copper exploded. And FYI, copper is essential for the United States. Guess what might be the next company that the U.S. puts money into for materials? It might be Freeport. This is a big stock. It's a solid stock. It's got a $58 billion market cap, so it's large. But you can see that dip that you had down there to 35. You're trading at 42. It's up 2% in after hours. It was up 5% today. It's number 6 out of 7 on the copper. You can find other ones that might be better in copper from the quant perspective, but let's take a look at the quant. It's a hold. Why is it a hold? Well, looks like it's expensive compared to the rest. Looks like the momentum is not great, but if this is a good stock and copper is that important to the US, maybe that $39 on TrendSpider was a good buy, because FYI, that's almost 10%, and you've got a gap up here to 44. Do not look 5 to 10% in the face and say, that's not worth it in this AI market. I ain't putting my money in there. Because again, this could be an opportunity for a 50% move. If the US starts to pump this one, maybe you get even above that 55. Maybe you get up to 60. Maybe this starts pumping. But if you're interested in a stock like this, do your research, because I'm just a douchebag on the internet. I know nothing about this space. I am completely making this up. And anybody that tells you we know exactly where this one's going to go, they're making it up as well. Run. Because all you're doing is guessing on this. The only thing that the 4-hour algorithm can tell you is the back testing. And that's why I find it so important to use. So if you want any of these tools, remember, Finviz, completely free. Seeking Alpha Premium, this, you can get a free 7-day trial on Seeking Alpha Premium and get $30 off. I tell you, these are the tools that I would get. It's TrendSpider, because I can't trade without my 4-hour algorithm. And it's this bundle. Premium and Alpha Picks. You want a portfolio that outperforms the S&P? You want, an easy one where you can add to your winners and cut your losers? It's the Alpha Picks portfolio. It's just a duh, and you save $159 when you sign up for it through my link and the bundle. So again, everything, just go to Linktree. The link is literally on the screen right below, and check out these links, because if any of these links interest you, they are tools that I use. There is nothing on this Linktree that I don't personally use. Okay? Webull, I love Webull. My Webull account is up over $14,000. It was $1,000 just a couple of years ago. Robinhood, I put $500 in there. Today it's $600. I don't trade it. It's just in VOO. Visible, that's my phone service. Tesla, I drive a Tesla. AT&T, that's my home internet. Savvy Trader, you can follow my trades on Savvy Trader if you want. If you're a paid member of the newsletter, you can follow all this stuff for free. But again, Savvy Trader, here, I'll sign in right now so you can see it. Savvy Trader, the core portfolio, it's I think 36 names or something like that. Let's look at it. The core portfolio right here, it is 33 positions, okay? And all I did was buy 100 shares of each stock when it went in here. And these are 33 names that you could trade, and I believe they are very, very good quality stocks. There's some growth stocks in there. There's some others. But the current value, if you just sort it, it's a crazy. Costco. There's no way Costco would be my number 1 stock in any portfolio. There's no way Eli Lilly would be the number 2 stock in Goldman Sachs. No way. No freaking way. So I don't manage this portfolio. It's just names. But when you look at this, it's what's called an equal weight portfolio. And when you look at this year to date, the Daily Stock Pick core portfolio is up 11%. SPY is up 14%. So it's underperforming. Look at it over 1 year. It's underperforming. But look at it, it's over its max. Okay? This was started in 2023. It's up 66% while the S&P is up 53%. Equal weight has a place. Not in my portfolio. But it has a place. I have several other portfolios that you can follow on here. Let's see. There is the beat the S&P. That's the one that started the year, and it is beating the S&P. I have the core portfolio, and then I have a trading portfolio as well. And Hamid has his free portfolio. You can just follow this one. This one's great. I mean, you want one that's beating the S&P year to date? This is a fantastic portfolio. Look at it. Okay, year to date, he's up 103% in his portfolio. It's risky, it's growth, but that's what's working. And so if you want to do the work, you need to find out why he's buying this, and he gives you everything. Literally, Go down here and he gives you the reason he's selling and the reason he's buying. He is fantastic. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Even my email address is right on Linktree. I will talk to you Friday. See you, bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.